attendance of the following PAC members: Attorney Mark Juan Palomar, Chairperson; Ms. Angelina Diose, Vice Chairperson; Attorney Dan Ramillo, Ms. Josephine Atier, regular members, and Attorney Dale Lamon, regular member. Likewise, will be in attendance the head and members of the technical working group, head and members of the PAC Secretariat. On the part of the prospective leaders, we have representatives from Healthcare Corporation, DDP Service Corporation, OmniWorks Incorporated,
Thank you. The same that we're going to share there's a forum place of PGCS number 253-2021 come forward.
We have two items in our agenda, Mr. Chair. Number one is the approval of minutes of the previous PAC meetings, MO-BAC-PGCS number 043 and 044, that's 2021, both dated 15 June 2021. Number two is the private conference for the following projects: procurement of general support services for PPA head office responsibility centers and projects, procurement of general support services for PPA port management offices and projects to some cluster, procurement of general support services for PPA port management offices and projects Visayas cluster, and procurement of general support services for PPA port management offices and projects Mindanao cluster.
Thank you. As the leader of our session, the approval of the minutes of the previous time.
Meetings, MO-BAC-PGCS numbers 043-2021 and 044-2021, all held on June 15, 2021. Can I have a motion to chair?
Yes, the move as a guide to approve the minutes of the previous PAC meetings. Commissioner.
None, Mr. Chair.
The notification of PGCS number 043-2021 and 044-2021. Also, task to 2021. Here we include the next item. Yes, the previous one. That's the item. Okay, respective bidders, the terms of reference for these four procurement activities are similar. We will be holding the pre-bid conference for all of them simultaneously. So when we are, but the secretariat will be calling your company individually, so you can ask questions regarding all four. So this is to avoid repetition. Okay, secretariat.
Okay, for the first prospective bidder, we have Elser Corporation, represented by Dexy Calivara, Generoso Canlas, or Mr. Glenn Floriano.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, thank you, sir. We'd like to seek clarifications on the following. First, we'd like to clarify the number of days as basis for this computation, considering that this project refers to janitorial and other general support personnel. We noted that the terms of reference is stated 5 days or 6 days, depends on the actual implementation. So for bidding purposes, we'd just like to clarify if what in particular as the basis of the bidder to come up with their bid.
Okay, for purposes of bidding, you computed based on 5 days.
Yeah, okay, thank you, sir. That's noted. And then to proceed with another clarification, we noted from the schedule of requirements that for this project, stated that the service provider shall provide janitorial supplies and materials. Per our existing contract, just like to clarify, if this particular supplies and material are included on the approved budget, at the same time a list, or if this really requires under this project, there should be a list of materials together with a quantity to be the basis of the bidder, to come up with a standard bid as basis for those requirements. Per existing contract, we are the one providing janitorial for head office and Visayas PMOs. This requirement is not included on our existing contract. So,
history. Last year was the first time wherein the procurement of janitorial services was centralized. Prior to that, the individual PMOs procured the janitorial services individually. When the procurement last year was made, it was inadvertently not included for PMOs. So this inclusion now is a correction of that fact. Now, with regards to the list, have you already compiled the list of required cleaning equipment? Okay, kailangan ilabas yan. So, we'll be issuing a bid bulletin, correct, wherein we will list the feeding supplies which must be provided, particularly for PMO cluster study?
Yes, sir.
Wala kayo, okay. Okay. Sir, did you get that? So we will be issuing a bid bulletin listing the required feeding equipment, and this is particular for PMOs.
Yeah, noted, Mr. Chair. Since, well, of course, we shall wait the bid bulletin with the list of requirements, and for us to assess the ABC provided, if it will, the said requirement could accommodate by the approved budget of the contract. So by now, we have not yet, simulate the costing since we have no basis on the supply. So we'll come up, I'm sure, upon receipt of the list of materials and to be costed by respective bidders for us to assess whether the budget is sufficient or not against the requirement, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Any questions?
Yeah, last clarification I think is about the same question we had on the manpower. Since we noted the same provision of overtime specified on the terms of reference of 5%. So we just like to reiterate our inquiry last time, if how we would represent this overtime of 5%. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir, tama sir, wala po.
Ibig sabihin, so incorporated sa budget natin yung 5%. For purposes of PDD, Okay, thank you. Sorry, medyo nalilito kami talaga sa overtime na paano ito ma-incorporate kasi it's part of the ABC and well, we previously answered, if you can recall, those who participated in the procurement of the credit for the admin support is incorporated in the admin cost. So, ganun pa rin namin sagot namin. And I believe that's the current situation of current contracts as well. Did that answer your question?
Noted, Mr. Chair. Just consistent from the previous. Thank you.
Any other question?
Not for now. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, next prospective leader, DBT Service Corporation, Mr. Jun Marvin Salvador, or Mr. Eric Tolentino, Mr. Jerry Arellano.
Okay, DBT. DBT.
Good afternoon, Jerry Arellano po, DBP Service Corporation.
Yes, good afternoon. Do you have any questions?
Our clarifications with regard to the implementation of the RFID, is that radio frequency ID?
Yes.
And are we supposed to use our IDs, or we will be using the ID of the PPA?
Yes, okay. The reason why we're requiring this is because we will be implementing a PPA-wide access control and well, basically monitoring of our personnel. So we will also be monitoring the attendance and entry of the job order personnel. So they are in advance. Their IDs need to be capable of being recorded by our system.
Okay. Right now, we are currently using our RFID using the we use the scan form, but we use also our program. In the case of PPA, are we going to use the program of PPA and enroll our IDs to your system?
We will require that you enroll your IDs to our system.
Okay. So in that case, sir, we will be paying for the IDs.
Pardon?
Are we going to pay the cost of the ID that will be issued by PPA?
No. You will be. We will tell you what type of IDs we will require, and then that is what you will be providing. So PPA will not be providing that for you.
So that means the cost of the IDs will be for the account of the bidders.
Yes.
And the amount which will be provided to us by PPA.
You already provide IDs, RFIDs to your personnel. Is it being charged to PPA?
Yes, sir. Is that the case, sir?
No additional cost under our DOR. So basically, since you provide IDs to your personnel, you're just saying it has to be, and you already mentioned you're providing RFIDs to your personnel. You will not give it to us, but you will enroll it to our system.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. May system na sila. Meron.
Any other question?
Yes, sir. We are trying, my second clarification, sir, is in connection also with the inquiry of LSERV with regard to the 5% overtime. We are simulating also our computation, but probably the good PPA will look into also the possibility of adjusting the budget, considering that
We cannot adjust the budget at this stage.
Okay. In that case, sir, in that case, we will just wait for the official bid bulletin, based on what you have explained to us.
The cleaning equipment.
Okay. Thank you. That's all for as of now for DBPSC. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
For the last prospective bidder, Omni Works Incorporated, represented by Ms. Christine Gonzalez and Joel Polido.
Hello po, good afternoon. Ma'am Jobel Pulido po and Richard Bartolay from OmniWorks Incorporated po. My clarifications lang po is on Annex A, Luzon Cluster, yung sa sa basis of computation po kasi meron doon na PMO Palawan. Meron po kayong computation doon na nakalagay. Yun po ba yung ipa-follow? Kasi based po dun sa naka-notes, hindi po tama dun sa base po sa notes na PhilHealth Premium Rate.
Ma'am, excuse me, regarding ano po yung hindi tama sa computation po ng query po nila?
Yes po. Nandun na po ba kayo sa may PMO Palawan? Kasi kung makikita niyo po yung mga Annex A po, halos lahat po walang computation. Maliban na po doon sa PMO Palawan. Kasi po yung sa PhilHealth, naka 10 pesos po. So doon po ba kayo ma'am nag-base sa ABC po niyo ma'am, yung computation po na yon?
May nakalagay
Okay, so we need to show okay, mistakenly may tama yung table. We will be issuing it with bulletin correct that.
Sa Palawan lang.
Any other question? Any other question? Naka-mute kayo.
Hello sir, yes po.
Yes. Okay, nagkamali, di natanggal, we will be issuing it with bulletin correct in the form.
Noted sir. And sir, one more question po. Regarding po dun sa HMO, kasama po ba yun sa computation or budget? Kasi based po dun sa nakalagay dun sa POR nyo is the contractor shall agree to provide or pay for the HMO po.
Okay, Okay, the provider is required to provide an HMO for the job order personnel at no additional cost to the agency.
Noted, sir.
Any other question?
None so far from Omniverse, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ryan.
That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
For the relevant dates, for the general support services for the head office, the date is July 16, 2021. Deadline for submission is at 1 p.m. Opening of which is at 2 p.m. For the general support services, Luzon, the July 20, 9 a.m. deadline for submission, 10 a.m. opening of bids. If July 20 will be declared as so for the general support services, Visayas, the deadline for submission is up to 1 p.m. July 20, 2021, opening of bids, 2 p.m. July 20, 2021. For general support services, Mindanao, the deadline for the submission of bids is at 9 a.m. July 21, 2021. The opening of bids is at 10 a.m. July 21, 2021.
Thank you.